everyone, Tricky, I'll be reviewing this brand new Mexican movie just dropped on Netflix. It's called Down the Rabbit Hole, and this movie, it is based on this like I was reading about very beloved novel. It is based on so the book itself, it was very popular. How is this movie based on that? So this movie story is quite interesting about this 10 years old. His name is Torchlit. He lives with his father in this huge house where he has everything he needs. He's raised there in this house where he has all this animal as a pet. He is like he's a fan of samurai hat, many things. We see he's growing up in this house. Very unusual situation because his dad is this drug lord there, and we see like he is going on with his everyday life. He's homeschool, home raised type boy here, but on the background we see that his dad is basically drug dealing, all this money coming going, all these people are coming to his house, everything going on as usual. But when he suddenly decided to get this hippo in this movie, we see his dad basically takes him to get this hippo. Where was it? Like basically takes him there. So I must say this movie though, like when you watch this production design, everything, attention to details, I really liked a lot, like the production wise. Especially all the acting is really good from all the cast. I could say this is a very high production value movie. I think Tanok Hyota from Wakanda Forever, he's supposed to be in this movie because of the acquisition. I guess he dropped out from this movie. So I'm guessing this is supposed to be this high profile movie is based on this popular book. How is this movie? As I mentioned all these things, these are really true, but unfortunately this movie is actually, it's so boring. While I really like the first act, but after a while this movie became so repetitive. Some of the scene drag out so much, so meaningless, and end of this movie is really, I found it really unbearable, boring. What is it trying to say here? I think the problem with this movie, because it's based on a book, whenever you're making movie based on a book, it can be hard, I suppose, which scene to take, which scene to cut out. So I didn't read the book, so I don't know how the book is. I would say as a movie itself, it failed to impress me with anything. Only thing it impressed me is the acting and the production. Rest of the stuff is really, audience will be bored watching this movie. The sad thing about this though, like as I'm saying, it is boring, but the sad thing, this movie had a lot of potential, honestly. When I saw the story about it, I was like, as I was saying, the first act I quite enjoy about this, because it does show you some of this lifestyle and culture. I was enjoying it. But as it went on, movie became really pointless. However, there is still some interesting scene in this movie. I was like, oh, this is interesting. I guess end of it, overall this movie is actually, I don't know how to say this, it's just damn boring, and it's really drag out. This movie shouldn't be this long about this 10 years old boy, but I think the director, he tried to do too much, because it's based on a book. I think he got lost. End of the day, I will say this movie had a lot of potential, because at the end of the day, it's a very interesting story. It's really failed to, I guess, capture. However, there is some interesting scene in it. Overall, I found this movie to be very boring. It wasn't as good as it could have been. Like, it could have been a good movie, but it dragged out a lot. Overall, I thought it was really boring, and that was my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this movie? If you enjoyed this review, do other reviews on other Spanish movie and TV show. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.